Before I get into this, I'm going to be doing a Q&A video in a couple of weeks, and I really would love if you guys ask me questions because I can answer them all. Basically, it'll be easier if you either tweet it to me, ask me it on Instagram, or leave it in the comments below, and then I will answer all of your questions. Unless they're weird or dirty, I probably won't. Hey everybody, what's up? So I've been thinking about making this video for quite a while because frankly it rules my everyday life. I keep on going onto Instagram and looking at all the food accounts on there and just scrolling through as if it's like legit porn for my eyes. And I'm like, oh man, the looks good. I don't know how to make that, but just let me eat it. And I figured today's the day that I will be talking about being addicted to food, just all of the food. I reckon a lot of you guys will probably feel me on this. So I don't really know how to cook all that well. I'm trying. It's on my to-do list, like it's high up on my bucket list to learn how to cook well. I can cook some things, like I don't just know how to make like pasta or something. I do know more than that, but in general, seeing other people's posts on Instagram where they just make everything look so beautiful. There are so many times when I go to the grocery store and I check Instagram as I'm walking in, I'm like, oh yeah, I should get that. Zucchini and acai berries, and I should make black bean brownies because those look super healthy and relatively easy to do. And then I end up coming home with all of these things and I don't know what to do with them. Anyway, I digress. I think one of the best feelings that should somehow be bottled or just contained in some way and you can just release it upon yourself is right when you finish going grocery shopping, you come home, you put it in all the cupboards, and then you are like watching TV or doing whatever, and it comes back into your head, you know, like you remember that you have all of this food, but then you don't know where to start, so you just end up having like a little bit of each thing, and you're like, well, I want these chips and salsa, and then I want this Greek yogurt with all of these things, but then I also want the frozen yogurt that I just bought, and I also bought the makings for a healthy pizza. I have so many choices of what I can eat. One thing that I do that I hope at least some of you also do, because otherwise it might signify a problem, is when I'm eating something, like even if I'm at the beginning of this plate, first of all, I eat really slowly because then the food lasts longer. But second of all, as I'm eating it, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna eat next? And then a lot of people, they see me a couple of hours later getting more food and they're like, but we just ate. And I'm like, I'm still hungry. I really like nighttime when I'm going to sleep because then I realize, well, yeah, like I can't eat anything more today because I gotta, you know, give it some moderation. But I'm really excited because tomorrow I can eat more food. It actually just brings a joy to my head. One of the biggest things that bothers me, I'm really kind of just learning to share. I will share things, but not if I've been thinking the whole day about it and I only have a certain amount and people are like, oh, can I have one? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then as they're talking to me, they keep taking more and I'm like, do you understand you're playing with fire right now? You're putting a serious risk on our friendship if you keep eating my food without asking. And when I'm at a restaurant and say I'm there with a whole bunch of people who aren't hungry or they're just there to casually graze and I'm really hungry and people are like, oh, do you want to just get a couple of things and then we can put it in the middle of the table and share it? And I'm like, and when you get to the end of a meal and it looks like they've pretty much finished eating, but then there's a couple of things still in the middle of the table that you really want to eat and you just casually go, does anybody want more food? If someone is having a party or wanting to just like have a chit chat with you and just like have a girls' night or what have you, and they're like, oh, we can go and get some snacks and come, they don't even have to finish the sentence. I'm like, I'm there. And then when people go to the movies with you and they're like, nah, I'm not gonna get anything, and you're just like, well, I hope that socially you're okay with me eating beside you. When my sister and I were little, we liked mashed potatoes so much that my grandma used to make a separate pot of mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving just for us. Keep in mind, my mom is one of 8 children. Almost all of them have a significant other, and all of them have children. And she made a separate pot for me and my sister. I really am trying to bring down the amount that I eat because I know that I won't be able to pull it off for much longer. Speaking of which, a lot of things that I eat, like what I used to do, which I don't anymore, because I know that it's really just not good for you on the inside. But what I used to do is there's this amazing ice cream that's sold in Canada, and it's like a vanilla ice cream with chocolate crackle in it and chunks of red and green candy cane. Oh my gosh. But I used to eat, I know this is bad, an entire tub of this ice cream and then go to the gym for 2 hours just so I could eat the entire tub of ice cream. It was a cycle that I lived for a really long time. If there could be some sort of way for me to just eat all of the time and not have to worry about any of the repercussions of eating all the time, I would do it. It's not worth all the food to be unhealthy, but let me tell you, if there was a loophole. Anyway, point is, I love food. I could talk about it all day. I hope some of you can feel me on this, because otherwise I'm gonna feel very ostracized from my species. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up because it helps me heaps. And I mean, come on, you watched it this far. Just physically, just click the like button. 'Tis always a good thing with lots of thumbs up. And that's it. I love you guys a lot, and I'll see you all next Thursday. All right, bye.